Hi, I'm back today after a long break from YouTube. The only reason I'm coming today to do an update video is simply because I'm just dealing with some of the issues that come along with having a baby with cleft lip and palate, and I decided to share them with whoever's watching so that if you are having a child that has cleft lip and palate, or you know someone who is going to have one, you can share this information with them. Um, The main thing I want to come on here and share is really about weight and getting the baby to not only gain weight but keep the weight on. When I had my daughter in November of last year, the it was crazy because my doctors at the medical center I was going to my entire pregnancy have known that my daughter was going to be born with cleft lip and palate. They never passed this information on to the team at the hospital. And when she was born, everybody was just like, oh my gosh, did you know she was going to be born? I'm like, yes. Why didn't you all know that? It was in my birth plan and everything, but apparently no one reads those or no one pays attention. So when she was born, I did not know that I would not be able to breastfeed her. No one told me. In all the books that I've read and all that, I didn't see anything about her not being able to nurse. So for the 3 days that I was in the hospital with her, I pretty much solely nursed her, and I supplemented with formula, obviously, because your milk does not come in all the way until the first few days. My milk usually comes in on the third day, so I had been supplementing with formula out of a regular bottle because no one in the hospital told me. It's crazy. I was so misinformed. No one in the hospital told me she could not drink out of a regular bottle. When I had her, she was 5'11". When she left the hospital, I think she was 5'2". This was over 3 days. No one told me she was 5'2" when we left. I didn't ask. I was so out of it. I mean, she looked the same to me. So, you have to go to the doctor a few days after you leave the hospital. Well, I took her to get checked, and they told me how much she weighed. I couldn't believe it. She was either 4'11" or 5'1" or something like that. But they were so alarmed. They're like, oh my gosh, she was 5'2" and she left the hospital. Nobody told you. And I'm like, no. So they asked me what kind of bottle are you feeding her with, and I'm like, just these regular disposable bottles you all gave us. They were going crazy. Like, she cannot drink out of that kind of bottle. Her suction's not good enough. She either needs a Mead Johnson nurser or a I can't think of the other one right now. Can't think of what it's called, but it's has like a little plastic thing you put in it, and then the nipple's like this long, and the baby drinks from it. You squeeze it as you squeeze the nipple as the baby's drinking. I'm feeding the baby now, but let me show you. This is a Mead Johnson nurser. See the nipple? The doctor told me to use that kind of nipple. It's an orthodontic nipple, and you can see it's just plastic, and you squeeze it just like that. I'll have some milk come out just like that. You squeeze it, and the milk comes out because their suction is quite poor when they have cleft lip and palate. They're not able to draw the milk out on their own. All this time I had been nursing my baby and feeding her from a regular bottle, and no one told me that she was not getting the nutrients she needed. She just slept all the time. So I said, oh my God, every time she eats, she goes to sleep. She was just exhausted from trying to get the milk out. She could not get the milk. It was very, very frustrating, and I'm sharing this because I don't want anyone else to have to go through what I went through. This was a very depressing time for me because I felt inadequate as a mother. I felt like, I had done something wrong. Like, this is something that I should have just known, which obviously how could I have known, because I've never had a child with cleft lip or palate, and I had done as much research as I could. But for the most part, my doctors and things kept telling me, oh, once she gets here, you can get more information, and it's kind of a learning process, and it's case by case, which is true but not true, because I could have gotten more information. If they had just referred me to a cleft lip and palate team before I had her, we could have avoided her extreme weight loss and difficulties gaining weight. She's 3 months now. She's actually 3.5 months now. And her last weight checkup, which is 2 weeks ago, she was 8 pounds 4 ounces. I know children who birth babies. I'm sorry, not children. I know people who birth babies larger than that. So this is, I'm telling you, it's been a game of catch up ever since I've had her, because I was so misinformed about how she could eat and if she could even nurse. So I will say though, I continued to nurse her until she was about 2 months. Um, Giving her, I was expressing the breast milk with the breast pump, a Medela pumping style breast pump, and she was drinking about 4 ounces per feeding. It's very difficult for her to drink large amounts at one time because she gets tired so fast. Even with me squeezing the bottle can be exhausting, because you literally wake up and your hands are hurting, because she's waking up in the middle of the night, and she's not eating unless you're squeezing that bottle. And if you're drinking 6-7 ounces of milk, you're just constantly squeezing. I've seen a lot of babies with cleft lip and palate have the milk come out their nose. That doesn't happen with her. She's never had an ear infection, thank God. She's never had a fever, thank God. So certain things we have not yet experienced, and hopefully will not have to. But as far as the difficulty with eating and things of that nature, it has been a rough road, teaching me patience, because I've tried. I even bought the Playtex nurser and thought to myself, well, this will probably be easy for her to do because I can squeeze the back. No, she has to have these special nursers. And it's very difficult emotionally, because it's just like, I just want her to be able to drink like a regular, like any other baby would. And so she just does what she can, and we do the best that we can with her. So she is growing, and I realized something, that she's not so much gaining weight, but she is getting taller. She was 18 inches when she was born. She is 22 inches now, so she's going to be tall, I think. I didn't think she was, but I think she is. That's pretty much it, though, for the issues with the feeding in the hospital with the cleft lip and palate. Yes, that really is pretty much it. But I can't think of anything else right now, and I don't want to make the video too long, especially since I haven't posted one in so long. I guess I'll just show her real quick, since it is an update video about her. She was sitting here eating while we were talking. Say hi, Eden. Say hello. You're not gonna say hello? You can see she just has the bilateral. She does not have the unilateral cleft. It's only on one side of her face. It doesn't seem to cause her any pain or anything like that. It's just purely aesthetic, and obviously the difficulty with her eating, because that space goes right down from her lip right through her gums. It's just silly baby smiling at mommy. But yeah, for the most part, she's a pretty happy baby. We don't have any other issues besides the cleft lip and palate. She was scheduled to have surgery in April, but her orthodontist, he pushed the surgery back for whatever reason. So now we're just waiting to hear back from her orthodontic and surgical team and see what they're going to do, so we can move forward in the whole reconstructive process. I will keep you all updated with that. Don't know when I'll post another video, but I just decided, since I was sitting here on my laptop, I would. Excuse the quality of the video. Like I said, it's a laptop webcam. But if you have any questions, you can post them or inbox me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But I do appreciate you all for watching. And like I said, if you have any questions, just inbox me. You all have a blessed day, and thanks for watching again.